Imagine sitting down, finishing your business, reaching to the side, and finding nothing. No roll, no tissues, not even an empty cardboard tube to confirm that someone else used the last piece and abandoned you. Today, this is a minor emergency, but for almost all of human history, it was simply normal. Toilet paper is so ordinary that we rarely think about what it actually does. We buy enormous packages of it, hide it in bathroom cabinets, and panic whenever store shelves begin looking empty. But humans have existed for hundreds of thousands of years. Mass-produced toilet paper has existed for less than 200. So what did everyone use before it? The answer depends on where you lived, how much money you had, and what happened to be within arm's reach. For the earliest humans, there probably wasn't one universal method. There couldn't be. A person living near a forest had different options from someone living in a desert. A coastal community had access to materials that didn't exist in frozen northern regions. People used what nature provided: leaves, grass, moss, smooth stones, snow, water, pieces of wood, possibly animal fur. None of these were designed for the job. They were simply the least terrible available option, and that meant choosing carefully, because not every leaf is soft. Some have sharp edges, others cause rashes. And if you accidentally selected the ancient equivalent of poison ivy, your day was about to become much worse. But here's where it gets strange. As human civilizations became more technologically advanced, bathroom hygiene didn't always improve in the way you might expect. Ancient Rome had aqueducts carrying water across enormous distances. It had sewers, public baths, and large communal toilets built from stone and marble. Some Roman public latrines could seat numerous people in the same room. There were no stalls, no doors, sometimes barely any space between you and the person beside you. Using the bathroom could be a social activity. You might sit next to a stranger, discuss business, hear local gossip, and continue a conversation while doing something that modern people perform behind a locked door. But after they finished, the Romans still needed a solution. One famous answer was called a tersorium, a sponge attached to a wooden stick. According to the traditional explanation, the user would place the sponge in water, clean themselves, rinse it in water mixed with salt or vinegar, and leave it for the next person. Yes, the next person. The Roman Empire built roads, concrete structures, and engineering projects that still exist today, and may have passed around a communal bathroom sponge. But there's an important problem with this story. Archaeologists still debate exactly how the tersorium was used. Some believe it cleaned the person, others think it may have functioned more like a toilet brush used to clean the latrine itself. No preserved Roman sponge has been discovered that settles the argument, so the most infamous bathroom tool in history may have touched everyone, or possibly no one. But we do know that ancient Greeks and Romans had another option: small rounded stones or broken pieces of pottery called pessoi. Imagine breaking a ceramic bowl, selecting a relatively smooth fragment, and using the edge to scrape yourself clean. Ancient writers even offered advice about it. 3 stones, apparently, could be enough. And sometimes, broken pottery contained the written names of unpopular people, which meant a person could insult an enemy in the most literal way possible. It sounds like an ancient joke, but archaeologists have found pieces of this pottery in old latrines, and surviving artwork appears to show how it was used. The past wasn't always softer. Farther east, people developed another tool. At an ancient Silk Road station in northwestern China, archaeologists discovered wooden and bamboo sticks wrapped with cloth. They looked like small spatulas. Tests revealed human waste and the eggs of intestinal parasites still attached to the fabric after roughly 2,000 years. These weren't mysterious ceremonial objects. Someone had used them in the bathroom, and the parasites revealed something else. People traveling along the Silk Road weren't only transporting silk, spices, and ideas. They were also carrying diseases across enormous distances. Then China made a breakthrough that would eventually transform bathrooms around the world: paper. The oldest clear written reference to paper being used for cleaning comes from the 6th century. A Chinese scholar wrote that he refused to use paper containing quotations from respected classical texts or the names of important sages for toilet purposes. That sentence reveals something incredible. He didn't need to explain that people cleaned themselves with paper. His readers already understood. His concern was which paper was respectful enough to avoid.